Hey, what's up guys? Coach Kyle and Coach Peyton here to go over some push-up points of performance. Today we're gonna be focusing on a more elbows in style push-up that's going to help us develop more upper back and lat strength along with shoulder strength. So one common thing I see is a lot of elbow flare in the push-up, and as long as it's not excessive, there's really nothing wrong with that. However, it is gonna focus more on the shoulders and the chest rather than the lats and the back. And we feel that the elbows in style push-up translates better to a lot of the other movements that we do here in the gym. So Peyton's gonna show us a couple perfect push-ups. So these are what we're looking for. You'll notice at the bottom of her push-up, her elbows are staying close to her body. Good, I'll have you hold the bottom. So you can see she's actively engaging that lat at the bottom and her elbows not pointing straight back, but they're not out. Go ahead and come back up and rest. So that's what we're looking for in these push-ups. I'm gonna have Peyton demonstrate what we're not looking for. Good, and you can see how her elbows, go ahead and hold the bottom, her elbows are now pointing more at like a 45. Go ahead and rest. Having those elbows point at a 45 or being flared out a little bit isn't necessarily the wrong way to do the push-up. It's just gonna target the chest a little bit more than the triceps, and what we're really going for is that lat engagement, because those lats are gonna be used for things like pull-ups, muscle ups, even anything we do overhead with a barbell. Those lats are gonna be stabilizing that shoulder. So that's what we're looking to get out of these push-ups. I will say though, I'm gonna have Peyton demonstrate this last one. If those elbows are really flared out, like pointing out from you, that's when we're putting pressure on the shoulder that could lead to an overuse injury. Good, and we typically see this with like a wider grip too. So I'm gonna have Peyton wide, there we go. That's what we don't want to see. Even though she's still getting that full range of motion and touching her chest, technically she's completing the rep of the push-up, she's getting almost no lat, no back engagement, and just putting all that strain on the shoulder. So if you find that you're unable to keep those proper positions on the floor, keeping those elbows in, then we need to elevate our surface a little bit by using a detachable pull-up bar. So I'm gonna have Peyton demonstrate what this looks like. It's all the same points of performance as going from the floor. She's still focusing on keeping her elbows in, building tension in the lats, and touching her chest or her sternum to the bar. Go ahead and press back up. One thing that I think will help you feel that tension in the lats, whether you're doing these on an elevated surface or on the floor, is really slowing the descent down on the way down and then driving back up. By slowing it down, you should be able to focus on winding up the tension in those lats so that you can then drive out of that quickly. So to recap, this style of push-up is going to help you develop more lat strength, and it's also going to carry over to more of the movements that you see here in the gym. Things like toes to bar, muscle ups, pull-ups, handstand holds, those type of things. So we find that this style of push-up is more conducive to those things than the typical kind of bro, elbows out, rep it out fast style push-up.